We've covered of Vitaly. Obviously, things are not going well for them. He is locked up. Russia's top diplomat to Manila advised Russian travelers to strictly follow Philippine laws. He committed multiple crimes very clearly on camera, during what he called his demon time, trying to steal a service weapon. It's not that difficult to come to a country and follow their laws and follow their culture. And if you cannot do that, if you have the inability to do that, stay home.
Guys, please pray for Vitaly. He needs it. Good everyone. It has been quite a while since we last covered our beloved washed up old man, Vitaly, who literally only became relevant again because of his whole escapade in the Philippines. Well, recently, the legendary channel Legal Mindset dropped an update on how dire his situation is, where an actual Russian ambassador came in to be like, "Oh, we do not condone that bold man Vitaly. No. Please make sure to give Legal Mindset a sub. This guy's sick," and he even turned his minor story into an actual interesting thing. What a fine name. Let me zoom in. Andrew Esquire. You're Squire.
Today we have some breaking news about the case of Vitaly in the Philippines.
Oh boy.
And today we know that Russia has officially...
How fucked is it that, that we last heard about this like 2 months ago or 1 month ago? That guy's been rotting in a fucking jail. Poor bastard. Fuck him, I don't care.
Owned Vitaly. That's right. They want nothing to do with his shenanigans. Of course, this is a Legal Mindset. We teach you to be your own judge. I'm Andrew Esquire, American attorney here in Asia.
How Russian is Vitaly? Like 50%? 100%? He probably is 100, I have no idea, because he sounds American.
Covering the
He definitely grew up way more in America, in my opinion.
Downfall of these nuisance streamers like Vitaly and like Johnny Somali, who think they can come to other countries and take advantage of their hospitality, of their politeness, of their high trust cultures. And
yeah, that's what. Also, they both went to Asian countries. Wait, hold on. Philippines? Yeah, that's Asian, right? It's near America, but it's definitely way more Asian.
Get away.
Like, you want to go, somewhere else, Belarus, fuck around there.
With literal...
I don't know why it's always Asian countries. Like Johnny went to Israel at one time, but even then I was still he was messing around way too much.
So in this case we've covered of Vitaly. Obviously things are not going well for them. He is locked up and facing 2 to 3 years even before he hits his trial, and then several years in jail after that.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, right, 2 or 3 years. That's way too short. Cause there was one part, if you guys remember, where he was fucking grabbing some guy's gun, a police officer, right? But he was in a mall fucking about, and he's trying to grab a guy's weapon. Holy shit. But no, he said right there, several years after, once he's all charged.
Based on conservative estimates. But beyond that, a lot of people are looking for the international response of the US, of Russia, of countries where he stayed and has citizenship. And
then I'm gonna go, maybe America, but Russia? Fuck no,
and a lot of
way.
people were asking questions too. Well, what's going to happen with Russia? Is he going to be sent back to Russia? What's going to go on there? We have the first really big public response.
Could you imagine he gets sent back to Russia, right? And his punishment being drafted for the war. Oh, that'd be so funny. No, I think that'd be fucked up. I take that back.
Russia. And that's to disavow him, to say they want nothing to do with him, and to actually call out his actions as something that Russians should not emulate. So I've got this news article here from GMA News. This is the ambassador to Russia over here at the top, Marat Pavlov.
Wait, oh, no way. Wait, they sent the ambassador for this shit? For this very gay drama? Oh, that's insane. So how Russian is he? Is he very widely recognized in Russia? Because otherwise... why is the fucking ambassador there?
Russian embassy in the Philippines. So going through this, Russia's top diplomat to Manila
holy shit,
advised Russian travelers to strictly follow Philippine laws after a popular Russian-American prankster was arrested for harassing Filipinos. Vitaly Zorovetsky, a vlogger with over 10 million followers on YouTube.
Wait. I don't believe for a second. Wait, let me look him up real quick. He had 10 million subs or followers. I guess they mean combined, on YouTube and Twitter and Instagram. There's no way. Bro, he was so fucking washed. Before all of this, no, I can't even find him. I can see Ray William Johnson, whatever. No, channel. Wait, don't tell me he got taken down because of this shit. Oh my god, he does have 10 million subs. How? He's so fucking washed. Wait, what's the most popular? Bro, for like 5 years ago. Yeah, see, I called it. Bro, he is so old. What a fucking miserable bastard.
Where he
Holy
posts
shit.
prank videos in countries he visited, was apprehended by Philippine authorities in April for his series of law-breaking stunts. Zorovatsky, who goes by the content creator named Vitaly, drew the ire of netizens after uploading videos of him harassing Filipinos while filming around Bonifacio.
Yeah, that's so funny as well. It's a bizarre dichotomy where he'll do like a crime ride, but he'll live stream it, you know, to God knows how many people. But either way, you know, he will have that footage archived. Fucking idiots. Like him and John Somali.
Of course, we've covered that.
I mean, of course they have to, you know, because the only talent on stream platforms is to be like assholes. But like, even then, you know, like they have no other way, they have no idea of how to make money on Twitch or Kick aside from being an asshole.
Committed multiple,
which will only lead them to stuff like this, getting arrested like fucking idiots.
Crimes very clearly on camera, you know, during what he called his demon time, trying to steal a service weapon, stealing various objects, threatening to rob an old woman, you know, as well as harassing.
He had that video where he was like, "I'm gonna fucking rob you. I'm gonna rob you. I'm gonna rob you." That was crazy. Yeah.
When he was in Boracay as well. So Boracay, Bonifacio, Global City, really going on a true crime streak. And the ambassador says here, Russians, are obligated to be in conformity with the law of the...
I'm sorry, I don't believe for a second that anyone in Russia watches Vitaly. For number one, right, he's so fucking washed up, and second of all, he mainly speaks English. Like, he might have Russian subs for his videos, but I don't believe that.
Country they are staying in, said Russian ambassador Murat Pavlov. So, to be very clear, what he's saying in here is, you are obliged to follow local laws. This is what I've been saying from the beginning. And this is the thing that...
This drama is so fucking dumb that an actual politician has to be like, please follow their laws. Don't be fucking dumb. This drama is actually moronic, dude.
Really?
Not the drama, but like the ringleader behind this, that being Vitaly. He's that fucking dumb that people have to like spell out the obvious, you know, follow the law. That simple.
It is so crazy that it has to be said to the modern generation of streamers, particularly nuisance streamers. They think that they are...
I don't think, you know, stuff like this should be said, right? Because any fucking moron that thinks that wants to make money through this avenue, right? They shouldn't be, you know, taught this way. They should fucking like learn their example. Go lock them up, not for like, you know, many years, but, you know, give them like a punishment, you know, jail time, a big fucking fine. Because otherwise, like, you could spend like hours being like, you know, don't break the law over and over, but like, they will still not listen because like they're fucking goblins in the head. They want you fuck around on stream and be a nuisance streamer. So like only like, you know, an actual real punishment will get through to them.
Are not obliged to follow the very basic laws of the countries they are in. They think they're immune from them. They think they don't have to follow them because they have a certain passport. And the Russian ambassador has it right on the nose here when he says, hey, listen, it doesn't matter whose passport you have, whether it's American, Russian, Chinese, Japanese, Korean, whatever.
Yeah, I don't believe in any country, you know, your passport would get you more value, would make you a more valuable citizen, a more valuable tourist. Apart from, of course, a Romanian passport.
You need to follow the local laws. That is something that... The fact that it has to be explained to people is insane. The fact that it has to be put out there.
Wait, is there a Russian embassy in the Philippines? That's so abstract, actually. Holy shit.
Is really nuts because there is a generation of people. There's a whole cohort of people that are saying, hey, look, we don't need to follow these rules because, hey, I'm an American, I'm a Russian, I'm whatever. I don't need to follow these rules. That's not true. You absolutely do. And you will be held to the standard of those countries. Do not be surprised if you violate a law in that country, if you are treated as that law system would treat you. And Vitaly is certainly finding out about...
I mean, like the point, he's trying to make the point that, you know, don't be a nuisance streamer, because either way, you know, no matter where you are in the world, you will have to follow the law. With people like Vitaly and John Somali, that's not their issue. Their issue is that, you know, they're fucking morons. They want clout, they want fame, they want money. They will break whatever laws they can to get more popular. So it's not a case of being like, oh my god, wait, I'm American. I thought I'd be, you know, free to do whatever I want. No, they knew from the very beginning that they were being fucking assholes and they were breaking the law, but they never cared ever from day one, from the very first step.
Philippines justice. So let's continue with this because he has some more really good statements here. So there's around, according to the embassy data, 5,000 Russians living in the Philippines. That's a significant number. And 30,000 is...
Hopefully, like, none of them got, like, affected by this, you know? Like, they're not being pressured by Filipino citizens, you know, because of that one asshole, Vitaly. Who, I mean, so in my opinion, right, he's like barely Russian. Like,
2004.
Like, I doubt they even cared about his, you know, his heritage. Like, they just saw like one big buff guy and they thought he was, you know, like fucking anything.
Pavlov says he generally finds that many Russians residing in the Philippines are disciplined, really disciplined. And I would agree with that, by the way. There's a lot of Russians here in Thailand as well.
I never saw Vitaly as like the one figure for Russians. Never, not once.
I find they're very disciplined, very polite people, often family people, really great people to deal with and to very respectful. I don't see issues with most people. And this is not just Russians. This is true of most people. Most tourists know how to be respectful, know how to be polite, know how to care for the local culture, know how to give back, know how to contribute. It's not that difficult. It's not that difficult to come to a country and follow their laws and follow their culture.
Yeah, that's so true. It's like that one bad apple in the basket where you could have like 100,000 tourists come in through an airport, but if one of them is an asshole, Vitaly, they will ruin the image of tourists for like the entire country for God knows how long. I mean, like even Japan, right? Like you have actual like citizens there, like Japanese guys fucking beating up tourists for one tiny thing. Sometimes it's warranted, right? But like they're so full of bias because of fucking John Somali that they dislike many tourists. And for all I know, right, that could last for like the next 5 years. Like it's that fucking insane.
It's a very simple...
Of course, you know, like I'm not condoning the fucking violence, but you know, I get where the bias, is coming from people like John Somali just making the country into a joke.
Simple thing. And if you cannot do that, if you have the inability to do that, stay home. It's just a prank, bro. Does not get you out of jail for free.
Also, like I feel like even as a kid, right, I always believed that being a tourist would give you more scrutiny. Like, bro, like to go back for a second, do you remember like the drama with Ice Poseidon? Yeah, he went to fucking Thailand, right? And he like that whole escapade with his girlfriend was like. No, sorry, hold on, I got mixed up. His girlfriend was like they were at a restaurant, right? And they hired a room all for themselves, you know, like private, and Ice got like a fucking bikini, you know, got all scandalous, you know, like he was sort of hiding his genitals, of course, but he was giving like his girlfriend a dance while she was sitting down, and out of nowhere, the fucking restaurant owner broke in. I was like, you're all arrested, and they actually got arrested. And like my point being that, right, they were foreigners, but like even in Thailand, right, they got like really shit care, because I think, you know, like the care in general over there is really bad for prisoners or, you know, detainees, but like they got even worse treatment because they were foreigners. So I feel like that applies to like in most countries around the world. Well, if you're a citizen, right, you still get scrutinized, but if you're a tourist, maybe more so, I feel like.
Really does not.
Because, you know, number one, the language barrier, and, you know, because they don't like you, potentially, they might be racist.
And the fact
it might depend on the country, right? Because, you know, in America, I highly doubt that. If it was like between two first world countries, that would never happen because they have embassies. But, you know, in two like not so good countries, no offense, like Thailand and the Philippines, I feel like you would get, you know, worse difference.
The fact that some people think that is a get out of jail free card, it doesn't work that way. And it's a disrespect to the people that are there residing lawfully and respectfully. And here's the kicker. At the same time, Pavlov expressed hope that Russian visitors will not face discrimination despite Zordovetsky's behavior, and that future cases involving Russians will be handled discreetly by Filipino authorities. So this is very clear here. It's a condemnation of Vitaly's behavior, saying, hey, we don't want everybody else to be held to that standard because it's pretty crazy. What he did was insane. It was illegal, and it was inappropriate. It was absolutely inappropriate. And for him to do that is something that no country is going to come out there and save him. And if the message that they would have sent, if they were going to come save Vitaly, would have been, okay, well, we stand against the Philippines here. We think that he's unjustly detained. We think that he's been taken with, no due process, etc. And they would have come and said, we're standing up for Vitaly. But instead, they have not only rejected, they said, we disown that behavior. And we hope that his bad example, that what he did that is clearly wrong, is something that is not held against other people. And by the way,
if normally I don't like the idea of somebody being an example, because I think whenever I hear that word, right, I'm like, are they being treated too harshly, to make an example? But with Vitaly, right, it's completely justified. Because that guy was streaming, for multiple days, a week maybe potentially, being like a fucking asshole, doing insane shit, breaking the law. He's the one guy where you can fully make an example out of him. He's not like a one-time thug. No, he has a recorded history of doing insane shit, for views, engagement.
I don't think the Filipinos are going to hold it against other Russians. I think it's very welcome for people to come. Same way in Korea. I feel Korea.
Yeah, I always feel like the Filipino between Russian relationship was very thin. Like I said before, right? How many Russians live in the Philippines, or even furthermore, how many Filipinos live in Russia? It's a very small, population, potentially.
Welcome for Americans is welcome for all people, despite...
America between Japan, that was fucked up, right? I think Somali is he definitely is American, right? So, for an American guy to be in Japan and fuck around, that would have way more tensions. But between Russia and the Philippines, very tiny.
Johnny.
It's probably a bigger reason, for them to not give a shit about Vitaly, because who gives a they're not gonna raise tensions with the Filipinos, right? For this one guy that they barely care about.
Somali, right? Same thing with Vitaly. I think the Philippines is still one of the most hospitable places I've been to in the world. I think Philippines hospitality is second to none. It's absolutely amazing. And I don't think that changes because of Vitaly. I think Filipinos and Filipinas are smart enough to know, hey, look, this was a bad egg. This was someone that was a exception, not just for Russians, but for all people. And the vast majority of people that come to the Philippines as tourists are having a great time. And that's shown because year after year, more and more tourists visit the Philippines. Now, of course, there's been a little hiccup with COVID. Obviously, things are still recovering after that. But we see the trends generally over time, if you smooth them out, going up. More people come to the Philippines, love the Philippines, have an amazing time in the Philippines. And
I would say this real quick, right? His stream in the Philippines, he was streaming in a very nice looking mall. He was being an asshole undoubtedly, but he was in a very nice place. It looked like a fucking beautiful mall. I think the Philippines is second world, right? No offense, but he was staying in a very nice place, a fucking beautiful mall. It made me want to go there potentially. I probably won't ever, because it's so far, and probably the tickets are expensive as shit. But yeah, it was quite enticing to go there to that mall. To go to the mall where Vitaly was fucking arrested and was fucking around.
And they're respectful. They have good things to say about it. And I think that's a pattern that will continue in the future. And I hope that people that see this message, if you're thinking about coming to the Philippines, please do come. One of the best things you can do to stand up to Vitaly.
Please come to the Philippines and pay tribute to him, but also want to steal a gun.
To oppose him is to go to those countries, be respectful, and be a good example. But let me know, what do you guys think? Like the video if you like my coverage of some of the nuisance streamers, of Vitaly, of this case. I want to know in the comments below, and I will catch you on the next one.
Yeah, give it a like. That was awesome. Saw in this video, right? I had no expectations, about the government, about the Russian ambassador running defense for Vitaly. Because number one, why would he? And second of all, there's not a single good defense you could make for him, for that fucking idiot mucking around. There's just no way in hell. So I guess now we have to wait for an actual trial for Vitaly, if he hasn't had one yet. I'm not sure. And then we'll see, how many years he'll get in jail. In Filipino jail. Oh, so is he staying there in the Philippines, or is he being extradited to America or Russia? Oh, okay. Pick your poison. Filipino jail or Russian jail? Oh my god, that would fucking suck either way. But regardless, for a guy like him, I don't mind that much, because that guy was a fucking idiot. Fucking around, don't you steal a guy's gun? Yeah, you deserve that. I'm sorry. Make a shitty apology, being like, guys, I'm so sorry to the viewers and to the Filipino government. You could try that, I'll respect that, but it doesn't, forgive what you did. You fucking insane bastard. You're crazy, man.